Welcome back. Guess we're on part 6 of the bobber project now. Yeah, 6 I reckon. If I'm wrong, I'll put it somewhere. Anyhow, today I'm planning on making a start on my own battery box. Now, somebody did make a suggestion on a forum that I should make one out of a ammo case, but it's going to be too big and it's not going to work. Basically, it's going to look daft. So I'm going to attempt to make one. Not saying that I can make anything better, because I probably can't, but I've got a sheet of steel, I've got a set square, I've got some Sharpies. I'm going to see what I can do. So my first plan is I'm going to drag all my gear out onto the driveway so I can lay it down flat, and I'm going to take some measurements of the battery and the battery box and stuff that's already on the bike, figure out what sort of room I've got to play with. Then I'm going to build, you know, when I was at school, I used to draw out, what did they call them, nets for squares or whatever, and then you cut it, fold it, and then that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that to build the bulk of it, and then I'll have to think of some sort of lid afterwards. So I don't know how far I'm going to actually get with this. I might need to go somewhere and use their metal foldy tool to make it nice and clean and stuff. And don't have a welder at the minute, so I'm not sure how I'm going to secure it together. I might be able to borrow a welder. If not, I might rivet it, which might look quite cool actually. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. So I'm going to go get my gear ready. We'll go outside and get started. Yeah, and then we'll see what some measurements are that we need, and then we'll see what we can have or want, or you know what I mean. Because I don't want to make something great big and horrible. I want to try and incorporate the ignition and start buttons and stuff on it as well. Yeah, new bars and shocks will be here today. I don't know what time, but I've had the doodah saying they're out for delivery, so your guess as good as mine. So we might get onto some of that, we might not, we'll see. Oh yeah, my number plate mount and stuff's turned up. Yeah, I'll go show you that, hang on. Right, that's the light and the plate mount. I've just fixed it like that for now. And as you can see, it's going to attach on the lower shock mount on the left hand rear of the bike, obviously. It's going to go at sort of an angle like that, which is going to be absolutely perfect. That is loads better than that crap that I knocked up with a bit of scrap light. But that was only just to get positioning right. I was just trying to see what score was Georgie does. So we got that to fit as well. But I'm going to wait till the shocks come, since it fits on the same bolts. Got a little bit of wiring to do to make it work. I could go get some connectors and make it so it all plugs in, but I was just gonna cut them, splice them, and then I've got some of them solder sleeves that you see all the dudes on the internet with. I'm gonna give them a crack. If not, then I'd normally have solder them. And then I've got some of the fabric tape that you tape up balloons with. I'm gonna tape it all up all nice and yeah, make sure it's out of the way and not gonna catch anyway. So that might be a video in itself, I don't know yet, we'll see. But I need one to do the other, so that's why I've not fitted it yet. Right, first thing I've got to do is I've got to take a general measurement from here, what sort of size I want it, etc. You see I've got the rectifier, I think that's a rectifier actually, I'm not sure what that is, CDI unit maybe back there. Something to do with the start solenoid, I think. A relay there, yeah, all these things sort of have to be incorporated in it again. So I'm going to take some rough measurements of the dimensions, of my maximum dimensions I can allow for. So I think I want it to be, and quite fill up this gap, but still be only about this narrow. So I'm going to do something similar, slightly wider maybe, and slightly taller. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Right, I've taken some measurements. I'm not sure if they're any good. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to try and build a net on my shit on the floor. I'll show you what I've got. sheet mild steel, set square, and a Sharpie. Now I'm going to try and attempt to draw a box net minus the lid section, because I don't know how I'm going to construct that yet. But yeah, so a base on 4 sides. I'm going to need to put some tabs on it, I think, because I'm thinking of riveting it together now. But we'll see. So I'm going to get doing some measuring, doing some drawing, and I'll bring you back when there's something to look at. Okay, so as you can see, I've drawn out a net. Now I need to add some tabs here and there on both sides. So when it comes to it, we'll fold them in, and when the sides come up, we can drill and rivet them together, or spot weld them from the back. I don't know, but probably drill and rivet. So I'm going to go on now and add some tabs to these 2 external ones, and then we'll look at cutting it out, hopefully without making a mess. It's getting into these corner bits, so I'm going to struggle because I'll be using an angle grinder. So I've got to, yeah, a little bit won't matter too much, but I've got to be as careful as I can. That angle there I had to do a couple of times, so I'm not sure if it's right. I'm not sure if any of it's right. As long as it goes near enough and I can stick a bit of paint on it and stuff, it'll be sweet. Right, the geometry is probably not 100%, but that's not even the real world anyway, so who cares. I'm now gonna attempt to cut this out using an angle grinder very carefully. Wish me luck. Now we have one roughly cut out battery box. Just got to trim out the little bits like this, like I've done on the ends there and there. Tidy up this bit, tidy up any sharp bits, and then we're going to see about folding it. Now for this we might go to see my mate Fat Rick and use some of his tools, but really I need to still be here because I've got deliveries coming. Just been and have a look, I can't find any bloody rivets, so I don't know what we're going to do about that. Found some riv nuts, but they're going to be too intrusive inside. We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. So for now I'm going to whip these little bits out that need to come out and tidy up some of the edges off quickly with a flat wheel, and we should be good. Oh, these little tabs here, I've got no idea how to cut that without cutting through this as well, which obviously I want to keep. So I need to come up with an idea for that. So but we're off. We've basically got rid of all the sharp edges off anywhere that needs it. I might score all the lines with a grinder and fold it here myself, using my usual methods, because it doesn't have to be perfect. I would like it to be presentable, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to have a 5-minute break, and then I'm going to have a think, see what I'm going to do. Right, so I went ahead and I scored all the lines with a slitting disc, and then I literally just bent that with my hands. Now obviously it's not put together properly, but you can start to see that there's going to be a box. Quite happy with that. Got a little bit of a bend here I'm not happy about, just need to sort out that there. Yeah, find some way of securing it to itself. I was thinking drill it and rivet it, but I didn't have no rivets, I only had riv nuts, so I might rethink that. Don't know, but yeah, it's a battery box. The only sort of fastenings I can find are these bloody excess washer bloody roof screws. Now these would work and they drill in and they'd hold it together, but then I've got to get inside and cut them out with a grinder, and do I want these on the outside of it? I suppose it don't look no worse than rivets. Could just put one at the top, one at the bottom maybe, or maybe 3, don't know. but I can get a grinder in there. Oh, stay. I can get a grinder in there to do it. Yeah, you couldn't see, never mind. I'll try and do it left-handed. So I could cut them off when they're in. I'll think about it. I'll bring you back when I've decided. All the weather is called the halts proceedings. We haven't got much further than this, but it is what it is. If I didn't have loads of packages to deal with today, I'd have gone and got Rick just to stick a few spot welds on it to hold it together for me, so we could at least finish this video a bit better off. But I've got stuff I need it to be here for, so I guess that's it on the battery box. Bloody rain, know what I can do about that. Is what it is. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. May I just point out that I am not a fabricator. I normally make ratty stuff, so this is going to be my first attempt at making something that's not ratty, so bear with me. I'm not a fabricator. I can just knock some bits of metal together. So till next time, cheers.